All right, we'll get rolling. Call the meeting to order. The first order of business is to review and approve the minutes from November 20th, 2024 and December 5th, 2024. Can we approve them both at once or we got to do separate?
No, you can do them both.
Okay. So I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Any adjustments to the agenda?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Okay. Community appreciation request,
That's what it's right there.
right there.
Yeah.
And that is for,
$500 for the mentoring project. So the petition names are there, and she's given you information.
are you guys familiar with this at all?
I have not seen it, no. I was questioning that because I saw it in the budget. I wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah, it's something we do every year.
Yeah, no, we had it last year in the select board folder, last meeting. And it was missed to be talked about, so
Oh, okay, so
put it on here.
it got the required signatures to move it forward.
Who submitted it? Ann Hatch.
Is this,
And
so
who
it's-
manages that, her, Ann, or?
I know I think that's where she works.
Yeah.
I think is this the one that's run out of Bradford?
It's for the Orange East Supervisory Union Riverdale Interstate School District.
So that would support all the schools in the Orange East SU and then Rivendell, which is, what is that, Fairleigh and Orford?
Berkshire.
I don't know.
Can't remember.
So it's for ages 9 to 18. Where do they do this? Like at the library or?
Not at ours.
No.
I
They-
believe.
It's all, they do different things from my limited knowledge of it. I just know they have meetings in my office and I can hear them upstairs sometimes. They mentor kids. I know some of them have kids they work with and go and do projects in the community. I know there's one person that is working with a kid that is working at like the Jazzy's pop-up.
Yeah.
Just doing different things like that. I don't know.
Yeah, she's got something in here about Jazzy's Children Fund.
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
if they do things at the teen center in Bradford. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with it. I'm not-
So she's looking for us to add it to the
Warning.
budget.
Add
Yeah,
it to
with
the
the-
warning for, yeah.
No, it's just an
be added-
appropriation.
It would just be in the budget,
Just be.
under all the appropriations.
Yeah,
She did all that because it's a new one.
yeah,
You have to get signatures to be added.
Yeah.
And she did that.
I guess helping kids doesn't hurt. $500 isn't a lot of money.
No.
So it looks like a lot of signatures here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Need a motion to add it. Okay, I make a motion to add the mentoring project of Upper Valley for the amount of $500 to the budget proposal for 2025.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. All right, tan note renewal.
Here's the document you need to sign for Union Bank. This is the, tax anticipation note that we renew every year. It's good to have, and it's good for 1 year. 330,000 this year. So it's just a line, we don't pay for it unless we use it.
Just need our signatures, or,
Yep.
Do we,
I don't know.
we don't need a motion to, if we do it every
I think we
year.
need a motion.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
show-
it's better to make a motion.
Okay.
Even if we don't need it, at least it's
Okay.
done. I make the motion to approve the, TAN note for $330,000.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, aye. We'll sign off on it.
Great, thank you.
Right.
Didn't change from last year, I don't think, just don't have it written down. 1700.
All right, Clearwater estimates.
I didn't get any. I thought they were gonna have it for us for this meeting. They came and worked on our filter system, and I told them the issues and concerns that we had. And they had 2 different proposals, and they just didn't get it to us in time. And it's actually a lot better since whatever they did this past time. The odor is really good, and we're not seeing the black as much. So I think what they did was good enough. But well, when I have them, I'll share. Anybody haven't gotten them yet, so.
Okay. Budget. Words of wisdom, what, I mean, I've looked at it, I don't see anything way out of whack myself, I mean,
No, I don't see anything way out of whack.
oh yeah.
I did a little figuring on it. I know Bobby did too.
Yeah, I looked at 23 to 24 and looked at the increase that we had last year. And that came in at like a 3.5% increase. This year, I'm figuring around 4.5, so we're like 1% up from last
Yeah.
year.
And a lot of it's,
I don't know the main portion of it. I mean, healthcare increased by, what did I have? 13.7%. We can't control
No,
that.
nothing
I
we
mean-
can do about that.
So that's a large increase. Wages,
yeah, fire, ambulance service wasn't as much as last year, but it was hard, I mean, you can't change that. But it
2020 was $24,000.
it was really,
I mean, it's taking quite a jump.
yeah, I mean, we got, our hands are tied, right?
I mean, the assessor's line was up, but I mean, that's due to not having, I think the person that we had, and Dorothy's having to take on more, we're having to get outside professional services, so.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do there? I don't think we can,
And the other, the library, that was the,
Now, I had a question when I was looking at the interest, dues and fees. I couldn't remember. Is that because of FEMA? Was that a lot to do with,
Which line?
on-
Interest?
yeah, on page 3? That was up.
That was because we had to borrow from the town this year.
Okay. So,
but also
But
we're,
we-
next year we getting that other
We have this other line of
line
credit
of
too,
credit
that
that we're
if we-
hoping.
if we draw off from it, we have to pay it, but we're hoping FEMA will
FEMA
take care of it, but we don't know what year.
right, so that was
that's-
my
yeah,
question, so I
yes,
thought
yeah.
that's what the increase,
Yeah.
okay.
So I don't see anything that stands right out that,
I couldn't remember,
mean-
you said the library, and that was something I couldn't remember what exactly they had asked for increases. Were they changing their hours?
yes.
Increase in
more
hours for all of them.
There's 3 people that get paid.
Are they increasing their operating hours? Are they gonna be open more?
I don't think so. I don't think so. It's just for all the programs that they're doing and the workload. I don't believe their hours are changing.
And their workload is more just because they keep adding more community. I mean, they do a good service for the
Yeah.
community.
Did they submit a report explaining everything?
In the town report, she lists out all the, like, nicely written what they do for programs.
No, but I think on budget day, I thought I had a copy for you.
Cause I looked at
Oh,
my
yeah.
folder and I didn't,
I didn't bring my folder down, but I'm sure they did explain.
I don't think I have it. I don't think I got it.
cause if I'd just like to see a copy of that, cause it wasn't, I don't have it
Okay,
here.
I'm probably upstairs in my folder. Do you want me to go get it? So you can tackle it, or?
I mean, I don't know, do you guys wanna look at it? I don't know, I'm just,
I mean, the
Or
first,
you
the 10,000 is the wages, so that was both increase in hours for her and the 2 helpers. So in turn increases your payroll taxes. Cleaning got bumped over because they
Right.
never paid a portion of their cleaning, so that was new. And then the rest in the hundreds are, supply increase, books increase, and software support. Looks like, I almost think I remember they bumped everything up 10%.
Yeah.
which, I mean, that does make sense, those pieces make sense, I just,
So that's.
if they're not changing their
bulk.
operating hours, I guess I just wanna understand the rationale beside,
Take
for
the work-
increasing their,
I think it's the workload
hours.
and the program work. I think they've been working these extra hours and haven't been getting paid.
And it was
Yeah.
more hours for the assistants too.
Yes,
So they are
Increasing.
right? Did they have a set structured time?
oh
I mean,
yes, library
yeah.
has set times, but
Yeah.
I just think that the back,
So they just feel they
need more
more
time.
money
Yeah.
because of the extra burden put on
Yeah.
them. They still got it done,
Yeah,
but it's
I think it was pretty strenuous,
it's
you know.
strenuous still.
And there's more help during the times that they're open.
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
Extra people.
Those 2 they have friends and they have volunteers, but they also have these 2 part-time people that are helping run the desk, so Sarah can run her programs and do her story times and
Mhm.
et cetera. And it has freed her up immensely to get all these programs in
And
successfully.
is there a lot of regulation? I mean, I
Yes,
don't, yeah,
libraries have lots
lots,
of regulations,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot there. to-
Yeah, there's all this privacy and all these statutes that librarians have to
Yeah.
follow, so.
Yeah.
I can leave it in the folder, I can find their budget request and put it in
Yeah,
the folder so you can
Yeah,
review
just
it,
and
so
maybe,
you specifically
Mhm.
see.
you
Yeah,
know.
I
If they
just
did
want-
write up on something, I thought I had it.
I mean, I keep telling myself I gotta stop the library
Yeah,
and
you should.
introduce myself,
Yeah,
I've never,
It's a nice little library.
Oh, it's lovely. I
yeah,
love the
I've never
library.
been in it, I
Yeah.
It's
never,
really nice.
Yeah,
and so, I'm not,
yeah.
I'm not against, I hear good things about what the programs that are done and helping the kids and so on. So
If you go tomorrow at 11, then playgroup for the
Playgroup?
Hazel will be there.
I'll probably scare them. I'll scare them away. No, I'm. Hey, I don't know everything about everything, and I
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I do appreciate. I mean, I don't even. I know Sarah a little, but so I have no problem with if I understand workloads. Everybody gets. Seems as years go on, more pushed on to them, and a lot of it's regulations and it's government. I won't say the word, I think, but it's government
Right.
overloading the common folk. So, I guess you get that out. We can look at it. I mean,
Sure.
this doesn't have to be set in stone tonight, right? It just
No,
But personally, like I said up front, I don't see anything way out of whack here that we should have an issue with. We're not. It's just that,
Just looking at this, Bobby, correct me if I'm wrong, but if we want to get to 3.5% increase like last year, we would have to come up with roughly $16,000 in savings.
I hope you're not expecting me to do math in my head, Tom.
15,843 is what I came up with.
Right, so I have. This is this year's total budget, what was last year's?
I mean, right now, I don't mean to say that you're worrying about the dollars, because we still have to put in the passive information, that's gonna change everything again by
So,
a couple $1,000,
so we probably are better off not to try to,
yeah.
When will that be?
We got it today, and I got it pretty much worked out, and I'm gonna finish it
Okay.
tomorrow, so,
so next meeting,
yeah,
we should
it
have,
has to be, yeah,
okay,
yeah. No, I'll have it done and leave it in the folder if anyone stops in.
okay.
It's a
So
crazy
maybe if
few
we
weeks with the
wanna
holiday.
try to pinch something, then we can do it then.
yeah.
And if there's any other changes that you want made, then you can do those too, and then get the new passive numbers in there and, get closer and closer to the final figure.
Let's do that.
I had,
I think we're close.
Yeah.
I don't know where we would come up with 16. I mean, I
there
understand
was
there's areas
something
that
we had put in,
that seem.
I mean, you
that's-
could lower that interest line by a couple thousand, and if we end up borrowing and we use it, and we go over by 1,000 or so, then
Yeah.
somewhere we'll eat it up in the budget, or a little fund balance, We do tend to budget everything ahead, and then it's not bad to look at things a little bit the other way.
And I know in the past, hasn't it been reserve funds that have been tweaked a little bit to
Yeah.
save money?
That is
Yeah.
a good area.
and that's kind of, I think what I was looking at, I highlighted something like on highway and
And I think
some
even the
questions.
diesel and the fuel oil, I think I said, I think we've been doing high because it's been crazy lately, but I feel like it's settled. That's not as berserk as it was, and could bring that back. It's not gonna add up to your 16,000, but
Right.
could get a few thousand out of everything combined that we're talking about.
I mean, it's not. I don't like saying this, but it's not a huge increase in comparison to everything else. I mean, when you look at prices of groceries. They're a
Yeah.
higher
Yeah.
percentage increase than what we're looking at for this
Mhm.
budget. I mean, I definitely feel like if we can trim something down,
Yeah,
we're
I think
gonna wanna do that.
I think it'd be good if we could come down to 3.5. I mean, everybody has gotten hit with a lot of things this year.
Yeah, I mean, the,
So 3.5 would be
I mean, where are we gonna cut that though?
a total increase of $43,600.
Mhm.
So like you said, we're at 59, plus it's gonna be higher with the passive not in there exact. That 59 is gonna be 61. So
So it's gonna add like
61
another-
down to,
A couple thousand, you think?
I think so.
Okay.
So now you're looking at maybe 18 to 19,000.
In order
To
to bring it
drop
to
that.
that.
Bring it to the 3.5.
I mean, weren't we doubling up? Weren't we doubling up something in the equipment?
Yes,
Fire
we were
department.
doubling up the fire department's money because
They dropped that,
the lease is
the
up,
lease.
so that's.
I mean, how
That
much
you,
is
you
in that
put to
lease?
40. You took the 24 and the 20 and did a flat 40 in there right now.
right. They wanted, fire department's budget was keeping it at 20.
And which reserve
Putting it
line
back
is
into
this?
the
Yeah.
The very
Yeah.
first one on the top of
We
page
trimmed
9.
it down to
Oh,
16.
sorry.
Yeah, in the reserve.
Emergency vehicles,
Yeah,
emergency services vehicle.
So they are at like 161 right now.
So next year they'd be at 200.
And that might be,
and what
could
they,
we cut that a little bit and just
we
say.
just
that-
gotta be aware, at some point, gonna have to replace a truck.
Right.
Probably gonna be $500,000,
Right,
You can just replace one there, so it's more than half.
more than a half, so,
But will you probably do a lease
Lease it.
again?
I would probably assume that to be correct at some point.
Lease, like you were saying.
Yeah, but
would be
still,
higher payment,
it's,
but,
yeah, I mean, on a $500,000, lease payments are just
yeah.
gonna be 40, gonna be more than 20.
Yeah, it'll be that
What was this truck that it was 20 on for 10
20
years?
or
Was,
20,
24
was
it
it
looks like.
24,000?
it was,
You know, you're,
you were talking, what, a $230,000 truck at the time?
about $300,000.
300, okay.
And this we double that, so
Yeah.
the more money, you know, because taxpayers' money, but the more money you put in that. fund,
Yeah, it'll bring
the less
down,
it-
yeah.
Less you have to.
So we're more than likely gonna have to have a lease payment,
Yes.
but we.
So
already
when
have.
you lease it, you would give them a chunk and then
Yeah.
lease
Yeah.
it.
Did you do that before, or did you have a chunk to give them before? Yeah.
I don't remember how much.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, so I guess we don't have to have the $500,000,
Right.
but it's gonna come up, and the more we do have there,
We've been talking about it at some point, what to do, whether it's buy a truck or to refurbish what we've got.
Yeah.
We had that refurbished.
I mean, it's a few years down the road, but, so yeah, I guess,
Not that many.
yeah, no one will, so. That would be an area to pick up a little if we.
Yeah.
If we, I guess we need to think about that, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and like Carrie said, we shouldn't decide on it right now anyway because of,
cause things are gonna change.
yeah.
So,
You think-
just because I don't know, in years past, that's kind of been the rule of thumb, keep the increase, or is it been?
No.
No, it's not, I mean,
kind of the way you looked at it when you first sat down,
yeah,
everything looked reasonable. There was nothing that looked crazy. The things that went up were kind of out of control, out of anyone's control. You know,
Yeah.
a few things here and there. You mentioned the library and a few things, but I mean, that's basically what select boards have done in the past is, you know, make sure nobody's asking for some crazy amount in somewhere and
yeah, Yeah,
every year things tend to go up, so it's gonna, they try to just keep a upward angle, but nothing
No
crazy like that.
No spikes.
well, I guess we'll discuss the next meeting a little more and get a little more information on the library. I mean, not that, I'm not looking to,
Right.
if we, to keep it rolling, that's what we need. I mean, I believe in people and they're asking for it for a
Yeah.
reason, they're not, so,
I think that was all we were waiting for, was the passive insurance.
all right,
So
so
you- So you think you'll have that in tomorrow and you'll be able to rerun these?
Yes, that's my goal.
Can you just shoot an email
Yeah.
so we'll know that?
I even email you it.
That'd be great.
all right,
I'll do,
So
maybe
we'll
do
move
both
that.
of them. Perfect, thank you.
okay. In this meeting to set up with Barb, do you
She's-
think that's important?
I do.
I do.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, I
cause
do.
I do, just so we
Yeah.
know
Yeah, I do.
that we gotta know what we're headed into,
And,
gets
And have an understanding.
advice.
and Dorothy sent an email too, did you see
I
that?
didn't open my
That
emails today.
she's coming up with dates for us,
Dates, okay, yeah, yeah.
that she will be available.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll have to pick, once she gives those to us,
we'll have to,
we'll have to
yeah.
pick a time.
yeah, okay, yeah. So, yeah, and I think the last meeting we said, we said we're open at most. Get us some time, so, all right.
So I question, board, you move from budget on to the next line?
Yeah.
Is- Okay, I was, if I can, speak with, we had discussed in my hour-long session last trip about, you said that budget wouldn't be approved, it'd be more like approving it again tonight.
And we're in the same boat again.
Are you gonna say both, so could it be?
Yeah.
Could it still be put off? Not, you're still in line with still trying to make that stuff work?
Yeah, we're still reviewing the budget.
Okay, so I had to, because I didn't have anything specific. I didn't know maybe if you'd want to just talk to that specific, it's not. Insurance wages,
Yeah,
and if you don't want to, that's fine.
we're gonna hold, it's only gonna be 5 minutes. I guess I left that meeting not knowing what you really wanted.
Yep, and I,
What,
good.
you went around the barn 15 times,
100% agree with that. I wasted a lot of time.
so. But so that's where we're at, and in all honesty, that meeting didn't need to be an executive session. Just so people know out there going forward. I mean, the wages, the insurance, this whole town's involved in it. So.
That is, but I think that's one of the legal things, if you go into executive session talk.
I don't think, whatever, but you got, so, yeah, so tell me what you got 5 minutes. What were you,
Do
what
we need an executive session for this?
Yes,
we do?
this
If it's
is,
gonna be personnel, if he's
Yeah.
gonna go into something regarding him, we need to go into executive session.
And it has to be on the,
well,
we'll do an executive session on it next meeting.
yes, why don't we do it that way?
I mean, I just,
Because
Well,
we really don't.
I just do it now, and then if you
So we
got
can get
changes to the
it has to
budget,
get
then we
approved
can,
next
Okay,
meeting.
all right,
got time to get it in. If we're
So
talking
we can-
January 8th, it's gonna really be pushing it.
yeah, we can adjust the agenda and put that in there.
okay.
Do it at the end of the meeting?
Yeah.
Want to do it?
Do it at the
to
end, and then we can leave and you can
then-
stay down
right.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. So do we need a motion on that?
not till we do
Just
it.
when we go in, we don't need a motion to move it to the end, okay, all right,
No, because it's not even on here to begin with, so.
okay. All right. Fire chief appointment letter,
And the red folder's from Dorothy too, so I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, I bet that's got her information in there too
I
about.
don't know if it's,
Oh, yeah, cause she said she had a purchase order that needed to be signed for the repairs.
Yeah, for the spring, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we approved, okay. We'd already approved this.
No, she sent that through and.
Oh, but she had got the
Yeah,
quote on
yeah.
it, yeah, good. You wanna read that?
What is that?
It's, from the fire department. The members of the Groton Volunteer Fire Department voted unanimously electing Aaron Smith as the 2025 Groton Fire Chief. We ask the board to accept the recommendation of Aaron Smith as chief on January 1st, 2025.
I make the motion that we accept Aaron Smith, recommendation for Aaron Smith as fire chief.
I so move. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Good for you, Aaron. Be looking for big things. I'll sign that. All right.
You want to send a letter to the fire department, you can just tell them, only that, start being first.
Might as well just tell him.
That's a lot easier.
Yeah. Did Harold get at you anything?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to.
Yeah, okay,
Call it.
all right, next one is Highway Department, new truck.
Okay, so Harold, I believe emailed you, but may not have, but this is the printout, and this is about the truck and the reasons. And then he needs this, page signed for the grant on, that was the box culvert on Powder Spring Road. So, those are the five.
This is for us to get reimbursed.
Yes.
Okay, are you familiar with this at all?
Which thing are you looking at? No,
Replacing it.
I've heard a little bit about it, but
Okay.
I have not seen any information.
Okay. So Harold is requesting that we replace our 2012 Chevy one-ton truck. The 2012 is 12 years old and starting to fall apart. Having some issues. We use it more now than when it was bought, as we now have a sand spreader for it and a chloride spray unit for the summer. Plus it is our backup truck for when one of our big trucks break down. And we also do the town properties with it. And with the new parking lot design, it's gonna be more important to have that size truck. So,
Is this gonna come out of the equipment fund?
yes. So, and before you guys got here, Harold came to us with a little bit of a, I wanna say a plan. He requested that we're due to purchase a big truck in the next couple years, which is his green truck, but it was decided by us that we would put some money into that truck and prolong its life, so we did a bunch of sandblasting, painting. Philip and Harold did a bunch of brakes and oil coolers and transmission coolers, did a bunch of maintenance to it, because they felt that truck had a lot of life left in it, but to leave it in the, and if we did this, it was about 30,000 in repairs, but.
Yeah, they did do a good job.
And they done a good job, and we should be thankful as a town that they did everything they could, which saved us a lot of So with that being said, we've got 3 old trucks now. We're confident that there's life left, for the green truck, we're thinking 5 years. That it will get us out 5 years more. But the talk was this 1 ton is at its end use.
Yeah.
It hasn't, it's served its purpose, it's done well, but it's relied on more now. And then with 2 other older trucks, we need a good backup, which this can be. So that's how this all come about. And we don't want to end up buying 2 or 3 new trucks within a couple year period. That's how this come about. So he had,
Money is in reserve for this.
Yeah,
correct?
equipment reserve has money in it.
How much is this?
so he's,
Bobby has it right in front, I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
this
have
one's
that.
from October.
Yeah.
So
that's
highway,
similar.
equipment fund I show 236,000.
Yeah.
so he recommends this, he got some prices and Ford is more in line with what we would want to get to replace that. Chevy doesn't offer, they only offer up to, they offer a truck over 3,500 or 1 ton, but it goes up to a 2-ton truck, and it's almost the size of what they have already. So it doesn't help our purpose
Right.
with
It's
the
too
parking,
high.
it's too big. So anyways, he said he was gonna give me some numbers. But I haven't. So this first one, which he's recommending, is a 24 F600. It's in stock. It's got a dump body on it, 9.5 foot Fisher plow. The total is $100,235. And that is from St. J, right? Yep. So he called Wells River Chevy, but they don't offer anything that size. He had to call Cody's, and which theirs is it's a Silverado medium duty truck, which is basically a 2-ton truck, and the price for one of them is $98,488. But that being said, this doesn't really fit
What we need.
what we need. It's not what he wants also. I mean, it doesn't feel that would work as good. So, and I think he's got one more here. So, and there's also a Ford F550. And the difference between the 600 and the 550 is the 600 has heavier springs. It's a little beefier. There's not a huge difference. So that's 98,500. So there's $2,000 difference. So, my feeling is if we're gonna do it, we'd go with the 600.
For $2,000.
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
And there is, he does want to take the body off that truck we have is a galvanized body that Robco built that's still in great shape. Cause in the summer times in Phil, it's easier for what they do in the summer with it to have that flatbed. So they would just pull it off and we would just have to have Robco just do some minor tweaking to it to make it fit. But it's a good solid body that it's 12 years old, but it was built to last.
When we had that truck built, that was the goal, or the plan was that body would outlive that truck.
Yeah, it's
So take that off and put whatever else you got to use it again.
Yes.
That's
And when that truck was bought, if I go back and I listened to, that truck was bought, it's used for different things now than what it was originally bought for. It turned into a truck that contributed to breakdowns, which we have more breakdowns even with new trucks.
Right.
That Phillips, the red truck, has been in and out of the shop quite a few times, and that 1 ton has come in, has saved a day. So we're in a different era now. I mean, we don't foresee a lot of issues with either truck, but it's equipment. But if you got time to fix it, if you got something as a backup, and you got some time, so I recommend. I don't know what you two think. I mean, it's that's why we have the equipment fund. This has been in the to replace, and how it all started, to replace Harold's truck now and get another 10-wheeler. What? It's a little over 300,000, and you're 2 years out. That's how.
Right.
You ordered 2 years before
Yeah. So
you.
if we do take this out of the equipment fund, we have time to build it up.
To come back to what we
Because
need.
I don't know that we've ever leased a plow truck. I think this town's always
We tried.
had this equipment fund for that reason.
We bought the ton trucks were always, this 2012 was the first new truck we ever bought. It was a ton truck. Before that, we looked around and bought used ton trucks, and they were already from another town, and they were pretty much used up trucks when we bought them, tried to save some money that way. The maintenance nightmares come in. It starts costing you money.
So, any thoughts,
Now, he got that price from, the one that he wants, that price is from where?
St. J, what is it? No, Twin State Ford, St. J. Yeah.
Do you know that if he checked with the Ford place over Montpelier Way too, or Berlin City or any of those?
I don't know if he has. I don't think so. I think that guy had, what do you call him, he had 2 trucks on the lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's got 1. Already, just in a day or 2 or whatever it is, one has gone to the other Ford dealership that this company owns, is in Hardwick. But I don't know if he's talked to anybody else. And
I think it'd be worth checking around.
I looked online to try to locate some others,
You did.
I mean,
and I couldn't find any in our local area,
No.
1 tons.
For that
Ready.
type.
For
But
that type.
but that's not to say they couldn't get them. I mean, I have friends who have dealerships, and
Yeah.
you need
yeah.
something, they can find them.
Yeah, no, they can.
I mean, I don't know. I think it would be worth calling other Ford dealerships to see, to
See
check
what they can
pricing.
come up with. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I-
do our due diligence. I think
Yeah, I
that's what.
So he did find out this other one was, that 550 was,
I'm not.
it's not necessarily sold, it got moved to another dealer.
Somebody, one of those trucks is gone.
Yeah.
I don't know which.
Yeah, I looked at just a little because I was curious I didn't even know what pricing was on it when he first mentioned it, but.
I mean, this isn't emergent that it has to happen like within the next week,
No,
right? The truck that we're looking to replace
Right.
isn't dead.
The one, that other truck is still operational, though.
It is today. We did have to put some money into that. Money on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it can hurt to at least ask, 1 or 2.
Yeah,
I mean, and if it comes down to, we need to move on something, we can always call a special meeting to just over the truck too.
Yeah, see if you can make some, I don't.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to try to
Yeah, save a little.
save a little bit of money because we're trying to find money here and there all the time, so.
Yeah, so we're on board of purchasing a truck, it's just a matter of if we can find one,
Right.
or if the numbers are. But, I mean, personally, I don't think we'll find that they're
Any different.
that different, but.
Yeah.
But you know,
Right,
and sometimes this time of year is the time to buy from a dealer, end of the year.
right.
More than likely, it will go, I mean, I sold equipment, I know how.
Oh, I know you do.
I know how it
You
works.
definitely know more about it than I do.
But that's fine if that's but, you know, there isn't gonna be $10,000 difference.
No. No,
You
no,
know,
I realize that.
And, no, that's a phone call to,
I mean, because where else there's, so this is St. J, Twin State
Yeah.
Ford. There's one right at the roundabout over Barry Montpelier. I don't know what one that is.
formula. I think, no, it's not formula, but
And
yeah,
then, I don't know where else there is.
well, there's one in West Lab. I think the Auto Saver owns that one.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, no, we'll give him, he can make some phone calls. And
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to at least find at least one more dealership with the same.
with the same F600,
equipment
yeah.
to kind of compare prices.
Okay, no, that's good. No,
Okay.
appreciate the input. We'll, I'll touch base with him in the morning, or Philip, but I'll stop and see him.
Okay.
We'll, and if he can get us some numbers, and if we see it, if we can't stall till next meeting, we'll have to do something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, we will do, but, you know,
Right.
if we, you know, few calls, then maybe there is some others out there, you know.
Doesn't hurt to.
Yeah, no, very good. So, all right. So, now we'll move to departments, so I think highway, did he send anything else, or no?
Just the email that I printed, or
Yeah.
he printed.
Yeah. All right, treasurer?
Okay, just a couple things. We have, Sullivan and Powers does our town financial audit, and this was put out to bid this is the last year of the 3-year term. So they just send a letter at the end of this year to review what we're doing. They send us 2 copies, so we'll send one there and keep one here, so, and it's the 22,000, that's what the price came in, when we did the bid, 3 years ago. So it all looks standard like what we've been doing with them. And the other thing that I have is, it's time to look at the annual report. The Repro this is our last year of contract with Repro, which is the company over in Winooski, and they work with us wonderfully. And so I've signed off on the dates, cause we only have, what do we figure, how many days? 10 days after we close the year.
10 work days to do the town report.
To get the town report done, so I'm fine to sign it, it's just, I was just letting you know. This will be the last year of that, so we'll have to talk about, the company again for 26 budget. And the other thing is I've been working with MVP on the enrollment process and the HRA process, and we're almost done with that. And that's it.
Okay, Carrie, you're up.
I left you the form to sign for the alternate for the NEK. I think it just needs Larry's signature there.
Yeah.
The alternate had resigned and Mike Geis found another person, Martin Klein, to be the alternate. So just need you to sign and then I sign and then I'll email it to
Good,
place.
done.
So that's all I have, just working a lot of FEMA work and budget work and end of year and fun stuff.
So the FEMA is just slowly going along
Yes, it's a lot.
a lot.
Had a meeting twice this week on Zoom and the guy is great. They're fine. It's just they want a lot of information. So it's a lot going back and forth. And he's, like I said, he's nice, he's helpful, he's, everything like that is fine. It's just, it's gonna be a process. So they have sent off the work Robert did on the railroad bed and Clark's Landing dirt work. That's gone to the next stage, so that'll be the first money we receive. Still not sure when, but the contract stuff's a little easier because you can just put in, you have to do a bunch of stuff, but at least the contract is the price and not figuring out all sorts of things. So those were the first ones to do, but we do have to have someone come and check on whether permits, and they can go retroactive back for the permits, so he had me reach out to someone, so I got a hold of him and I think he's gonna be in touch for that. And the dry hydrants is the next one. The bridge, even though it's not gonna be, it's not physically done, but that's one that can be sent. They had the site inspector, so they'll put in a figure for repairing that, and we just have to sign off that we're okay with that figure, like that's the money they'll approve given back to us, and then we fix it, this summer or within the time frame that they require. But so that one can get sent. It's probably the next one to be sent. A few things back and forth today, and then it'll be all the roads, which that will be the longest process because that's their timesheets, the equipment use, the material, how many loads and where, and the price, and their wages, their fringe benefits. It's take a little while.
A lot of detail.
So it's easier to hire a contractor when you do.
I'll let you know after I do a few
Have to
roads.
do a few of those, yeah, or there's less paperwork.
Yeah.
Contractors, straightforward.
They ask for the dimensions of, what was washed out, so obviously Harold and Philip give, they're not out there measuring every inch, so they're giving an estimate, it was, 30 feet wide by 10 feet by 2 feet, and so that's the amount of fill, whatever that cubic yards is, that's what can go back in, and, so all the material, it's gotta match that. They needed to know how many inches of surface, how much of base, how much of sub-base, and all that. So, it's a little, it's a lot.
Technical.
Yeah, they want, supposedly I had heard it was gonna be a lot easier this time, but I feel like they are, wanting every detail. So, we'll see. It'll be, I'm sure, a few more months of doing it, getting in each road. We got 11 roads now to do, so.
How much time are you having to spend a day on that stuff?
It's hard. I mean, the day that, you have the meeting and then I try to work on some stuff fresh in my mind and, just kind of piece it in with other normal work, so.
Right.
But he's keeps saying everything's going along fine and we're doing a good job, so there's nothing worrying there at least. It's just sometimes after you're done and you have the list, it's not that it's hard, it's just, it's a lot of little pieces of information to somehow put into one thing. But it'll get done and we'll get our portion back. You know, the state, after the federal pays, then the state will pay their 12%, I think it is 12.5. After this federal is 75%, and then I've heard federal might be higher, so they might bump all the FEMA money up a little higher, but. So, I mean, once we get all the money, it's just, I think I saw we spent almost 200,000. Luckily we have. So as that comes back, it will just refeed back to the fund balance and go into that where we took it from. Most likely whatever is left that is not covered by federal or state, the town is already gonna eat and it'll be fine. It's not really gonna be anything that affects us major.
Good.
One thing to talk about, to put out there into the minutes and the camera is dog licenses are going up $2 from the state, their portion. Out of every dog license, they normally get $5. Now the state wants $7. So it'll be $12 for a fixed dog and $16 for unfixed.
So now it'll be more of them now licensed.
Yeah, so starting January 1st, so as soon as. But I meant to say that last meeting and I forgot. So that's about all I have.
Good. And Dorothy,
Yeah, she emailed, well, I think it was just her
Yeah,
email, she told us she was gonna work on getting those dates.
yeah,
for
yeah,
Barb,
so we're
I
all
think we're
set,
good.
yeah. Dan, zoning,
He
you
was
have
in
anything?
today, everything's fine, you know, a few
Yeah.
complaints here and there, but he's great, taking care of them, so.
Good.
Fire fast, nothing, anything from
I
them?
think it was just new chief.
I know that they're gonna take a truck over to McLeod's for a spring job
Yeah,
this week. You gotta leave it over there overnight. That's the plan for that. We'll just do a normal right each and one automatic.
Yeah.
Just say we're not gonna have anything happen while they're gone.
good. Okay, on, any grants,
Well, Mike Namias sent from planning, sent you all an email, I printed it just in case you didn't have time, talking about the town plan. So that, and then there's a library email that she'd like to have read, I told her I'd pass it on to you if we had time.
I guess if you wanna do that planning one, I can adjust that.
so we gotta read this out loud,
Well, no, just
yeah,
so you know it, and,
Yeah.
you know, she just wanted to give kudos to the
Yeah.
various community members and departments, you know. It was about her big program last week,
Oh,
that was
that's-
a
Yeah.
great
Oh, that's
success.
this one.
This one can be read out loud, yeah. You done reading it?
Yeah, I saw the pictures online, it looked great.
Yeah, really was
I
good,
planned on going, but I was out of town.
was there a good turnout?
yeah,
Yeah.
284.
280, really,
Wow,
nice.
that's so nice.
So I gotta read that,
That one could be read out loud,
read it.
yeah. You want me to read it? All right.
See better than I can.
This is from Sarah, the library. Thank you to Town of Groton, the Groton Recreation Committee, Town Highway Department, and Groton Volunteer Fire Department, and the Caledonia County Sheriff's Office for your support in making Winter Lights 2024 a success. We so appreciate the festive candy canes at the gazebo and the beautiful new winter banners. We welcome 245 visitors to our event on Friday. We love seeing everyone enjoy the SD Ireland Company's holiday mixer and our own Town of Groton, Vermont highway grader and Groton Emergency Services fire truck. What a magical night. We are so grateful for your support of this event winter clothing drive and giveaway, and of the library with the Friends of the Library cookie sale. We loved having carolers visit from the First Baptist Church, Groton, Vermont. Thank you for sharing the gift of song. We are also thankful for the support of our program partner, NECA, Northeast Kingdom Community Action for the hot chocolate, Rural Edge for popcorn, and the Jazzy's Children Fund for helping with our craft special. Thanks to Groton Recreation Committee and the many volunteers who helped put everything together. We have already reserved the mixer for next year and look forward to hosting the event again on December 12th, 25. Sarah Spira, Library Director.
Can I just borrow that to get all of those
You
people
can-
here?
You can have it, actually.
Just because it feels important to put that on the minutes.
Can we just attach it? Could we just attach it to the minutes? Would that be easier?
That might be easier. I don't know how you usually do it.
We don't usually do it.
You can just put in, there is a thing on the website that you can just attach something to. It's fine.
Alright, so this one, they're looking for an increase in their budget. Planning
$800
Commission.
to cover the town portion of the grant that they could get to do the town plan.
So,
That's the
what are we
match.
already budgeted for that?
I mean, nothing. I
Nothing.
mean, they've got their normal stuff, but there's nothing,
Nothing,
you know, you can just add a line
yeah.
for grant match. Town plan, it's probably already in there, I can look anyway, cause, we did it years ago when I was on it. Same thing, we matched 800 and then I thought then you could get up to 8,000, so we got $779.99, and then your match was the 800.
Yeah. So we just need a motion to increase their budget by $800.
So moved.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely good to have
Yeah.
NVDA's help, because
Yeah.
it's a big task, and it's hard to know what the technical stuff that has to be in there and written, so. And I think it's Allison Lowe that's doing it again, and she helped us last time and does a really great job.
Alright. Anything else? Any follow-up?
I have a contract for, Tom Gandon for cleaning the cemetery stones, that you need to sign. He turned it into the cemetery, commission, and so it just needs to, I've asked the cemetery as well, but his invoice is $1,400, and, they've already, for contracted work, and they've already gone over budget for contracted work in the cemetery, so I don't know where to pay this from, and I've asked them, so I don't have an answer. But the contract still needs to be signed, but I don't know how we're paying it. Are we just allowing it to go over? Or what?
This comes out of the cemeteries.
But it's still the 100,
Town
it's still
money.
general fund, it's the town's portion.
So we can't not pay it.
Yeah, I mean, already done, right?
Right.
This all should be done at the beginning of every year, but it's always the last week of the year. It's, you know, a challenge.
So we're signing a contract after the work has already been done.
Been that way since before I got here.
And this contract should be coming through the cemetery commission.
Yep.
So why don't they get a contract up front and budget for it ahead of time?
My answer.
I guess we need to ask that.
So where can we get the funds for now? We gotta
Just
pay
the
it.
budget line will just go over.
Just go over, yeah,
And I'll
No,
send
I
it
think
up.
it should be.
yeah. So they should have the contract in front of us
Before the work is
January,
done.
right, for next year,
Or at least
Well,
by
they should be-
spring.
By
you know,
spring,
when there's
yeah,
no cleaning
spring.
them in the winter, so.
yeah. Tom wants his money. Imagine changing that.
Can you see the name again?
Gandon.
Again,
How much have we paid so far?
I don't have it up to today.
I don't
Oh,
have it out.
That's fine.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
And there's just a little bit more, bills that I'm trying to stay caught up. Just, another week or so in 2024, so I'll probably have another few that come in next week.
so other than that,
We're preparing Christmas baskets to hand out Monday. I should mention that. I think we have 15 signed up for the Christmas basket
that you get
that we're handing out.
handing out to older folks, or how's that? And
Whoever signs up.
whoever signed up, yeah, and you guys put them together, or? Nice.
How is the food shelf doing?
Okay, it did a little better because we got a few big donations here at the end.
But it is dwindling, We still have money, but it's dwindling. So, when you first got here, we were doing gifts and we were wrapping and all this, and, that has gone away, thank goodness, because that time was so unreal.
I mean, if anyone in the community ever wanted to take it over, feel free to do the,
Really.
because people have asked about the Santa.
Program.
Yeah, it's like,
And they did do it for many, many years, and we did do it for probably 4 years when I got here, but it was just.
well, COVID too,
way
then
too
it
much,
was
yes,
like,
right.
that first year with COVID, it was like, we can't really.
Yeah.
Everyone was afraid to touch anyone's thing,
Right.
so how could you do that? So it kind of dwindled right from there.
I know
They-
they have a really good program in Bradford
Yeah,
that they do. If anybody was really looking to start something around here, I think they should reach out to them and kind of get an idea of how they do it, because, that runs like
yeah,
clockwork.
it needs to be done months in advance.
It's really an all year thing.
Alright, so now we gotta,
Well, do you wanna pick a date for the next meeting?
Yeah, that's on the bottom.
I left a question mark because it's a holiday, so I don't know. The first Wednesday of the year is a holiday.
So most likely we wouldn't have it on New Year's.
right. So
So
our,
the next
the
Wednesday's
8th.
the 8th, but I think Bobby might have a conflict, so I don't know.
Yeah, I have a school board meeting.
Could do the second,
Yeah,
just
the
that
second day.
Thursday night.
Oh,
I'm fine.
I'm fine with that.
You, Larry?
What, January 2nd?
Well, then released on the same week, and you
Yeah.
can keep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
Motion to go into executive session.
Okay, I make a motion that we go into executive session at 7:10.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Grab a couple things.